Okay, so moving on. Make this bigger. Yes. So I said I was at number 40. All right, so now number 41. Number 41. So negative 3 over 2 divided by 13 over 7. Am I right? Am I tripping? No, that's what it is. Exactly what it is. I'll make this even better. Boom. Yeah, that's much more usable. Okay, I'm getting better at this as I make videos. All right, so negative 3 over 2. First of all, what can we say? This is a negative, right? And this is a positive. We know our answer is negative. Boom, we know that right away. Divided to, we multiply. When we divide, we're multiplying the opposite number. So that's 7 over 13 equals. Negative 3 times 7 equals negative 21. 2 times 13 equals 26. That is the answer, folks. Boom. 42 now. 5 over 3 divided by 7 over 5. Two positives. What can we say? Answer is positive. So 5 over 3 multiplied by the opposite. Right? We're tempted to cancel right away. We don't do that. All right, let's take a look at this. Equals 25 over 21. That's the answer. 43. Negative 1 divided by 2 over 3. Negative 1 is really negative 1 over 1 multiplied by 3 over 2. Remember, reducing the denominator. I just want to go back here, there, this here, there, this here. We don't, when there's a division sign, we don't do any of the reducing, all right? We don't do that stuff, all right? We only do it when we're doing multiplication, right? So 5 divided by 5 and 5 divided by 5 would work, provided that this were a multiplication sign. It wasn't, it was a division sign. Okie dokie, let's try this. We have a negative number and a positive number, so we know for sure our answer is negative. So we know it's going to be negative. So negative 1 times 3 equals negative 3. I already put the negative sign there. 1 times 2 equals 2. That's the answer. 44. 10 over 9 divided by negative 6. Look, now they're messing with us. All right, so let's rewrite this equation. 10 over 9 divided by negative 6 over 1. So one's a negative, one's a positive. I know right away my answer is going to be negative. Let's take a look at this. To divide, you have to do the inverse of this. So 10 over 9 multiplied by negative 1 over 6 equals. Now if you look here, you can divide these two buggers by 2. So 5 over 9 multiplied by negative 1 over 6 divided by 2 equals 3. Equals negative 5 over 27. And that should be the answer. 45 now. 45. 8 over 9 divided by 1 over 5. Two positives, and we know our answer is going to be positive. Boom, we know that. 8 over 9 multiplied by 5 over 1. And I think the answer is pretty evident. 40 over 9. Okie dokie. Number 46 now. 1 divided by 6 divided by negative 5 over 3. One's positive, one's negative. We know our answer is going to be negative. 1 over 6 multiplied by, we take the opposite, 3, negative 3 over 5 equals. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. 6 times 5 equals 30. Oh, I could have eliminated here, but I didn't, so I'm going to have to do it here. Divide this by 3, divide this by 3. Math teachers are real sticklers about this. Negative 1 over 10. Right? 30 divided by 3 equals 10. Negative 3 over, yeah, that's good. Number 47. This is just so long and tedious, I know, but you got to do it. You just got to do it. Negative 9 over 7 divided by 1 over 5. All right, so what do we know? This is negative. This is positive. We know our answer is negative. So we're going to rewrite this. Negative 9 over 7 multiplied by 5 over 1 equals negative 45 over 7, right? Negative 9 times 5 equals negative 45. 7 times 1 equals 7. Very good. Number 48. Negative 13 over 8 divided by negative 15 over 8. Now this is a pretty sexy problem. Okay, so we know two negatives is going to give us a positive. So now we got to start our operations here. So minus 13 over 8. That's not very nice. Minus 13 over 8 multiplied by negative 8 over 15. See what I did there? I took the opposite again. Equals. Now let's take a look at this. These 8s here, since we're multiplying, we can do cancellation. If you divide these two 8s by 8, you're going to get a you can. So it would be negative 13 over 8 divided by 8 equals 1, multiplied by negative 8 divided by 8 equals negative 1 over 15. Negative times a negative, positive. See that? Negative 13 times negative 1 equals 13. 1 times 15 equals, yeah, that's the answer. That should be the answer. I may get some wrong. Negative 2 over 9 divided by negative 3 over 2. Well, we know right away two negatives, that's going to give us a positive. Boom, we know that. Negative 2 over 9 multiplied by negative 2 over 3. See what we did there? Yeah. So can we do any dividing here? Listen, the problem is tempting you to cancel these numbers here, but you're dividing. You cannot do that. You can only do that in multiplication because you have to inverse this number before doing anything. So you can't do anything. So that should be negative 2 times negative 2 equals 4. This equals 27 here. Yeah, that's it. That's your answer. 50, negative 4 over 5 divided by negative 13 over 8. Two negatives equals a positive. We know, boom, it's going to be a positive number. So negative 4 over 5 multiplied by the inverse, which is negative 8 over 13, equals. Can we do some reducing here? No, we can't. So that will be 32 over 5 times 13. That's 65, I believe. Yeah. Boom, that's the answer. Moving along. 51 now. 1 divided by 10 divided by 3 over 2 equals 1 over 10 multiplied by the opposite, 2 over 3. This is a positive, this is a positive. We know our answer is going to be positive, equals. Can we divide any of this stuff by 2? I think we can. Boom, these two buggers. So 1 over 10 divided by 2 equals 5. Multiplied by 2 divided by 2 equals 1 over 3 equals 1. Yeah. That's good. That's very good. And number 52 now. 5 over 3 divided by 5 over 3. A little bit of Jedi mind trick there on us. Okay, so this looks complicated, but isn't. So first of all, this is positive, it's going to equal a positive. 5 over 3 multiplied by the inverse 3 over 5. Now look at this. Look at this. We can divide these two buggers by negative 3, and we can divide these two buggers by negative 5. Not negative 5, by 5 and by 5. Okay. Equals 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. Multiplied by 3 divided by 3 equals 1. 5 divided by 5 equals 1. The answer is 1 over 1 or 1. Boom. That was a good one. So now they're asking us to evaluate each expression. Now, how many problems do they have here? Wow. A lot. That's 32 problems. That's a lot of problems. I guess they want us to practice, so let's just practice. Because remember, practice makes better. All right, let me just get this down. 53. 53 is 1 over 3 plus Negative 4 over 3. Okay, so what are we looking at here? We're looking at a positive number and a negative number. And what we're told to do, if we remember with positive and negatives, is that you take the sign of the biggest one and you subtract it by the other. So here, if we look here, the 3 won't change. How could I explain this one to you guys so that it's easier? So 1 over 3 plus 4, negative 4 over 3 equals, okay, first of all, we're going to look for the common denominator, right? They have a common denominator, 3. So we can do this. So what this problem is doing is you have to look at it as 1 plus minus 4. We know the denominator is going to be 3, right? They have a common denominator, and when you're adding and subtracting, the denominator doesn't change once they have a common denominator. So really, you take the sign of the biggest and you do a subtraction, and you put it here. That's a negative 3. That is negative 3 over 3. But wait, can you divide these? Yes, you can. So that will be negative 1 over 1. That's a negative 1. Is that the answer? Yeah, it is. It should be the answer. It should be the answer. Just go check to be sure. I should make sure that I'm teaching you guys the right thing. Chapter 0, chapter 0.2. They show everything? Okay. 53. Yeah, negative 1. That's good. Right here. Right here. Negative 1. Boom! We got it. All right. So 54 now. 1 over 7 plus negative 11 over 7. All right. Let's take a look at this. So they gave us a common denominator. So we know it's 7. So 1 minus 11. So this is really saying 1 plus minus 11. And when you're adding, you take the sign of the biggest one and then you do a subtraction. So this is the bigger one, so we know it's going to be negative. 11 minus 1 equals 10. That's the answer, negative 10 over 7. Boom. 55 now. 3 over 7. I'm sure they're going to mess with us later by giving us different denominators, but anyways. 3 over 7 minus 1 over 7. Equals. So we know the denominator is 7. Anytime you're subtracting, this really becomes, this is what this is, right? 3 minus 1, and that's a 2. Boom! 56 now. 1 over 3 plus 5 over 3 equals, okay, common denominator, that becomes 1 plus 5, right? We know that. 6. Can we divide by 3 these two guys? Anytime you have a fraction, if you do something to the top and the bottom, it's fine, as long as it's the same thing. 2 over 1 equals 2. All right? 6 divided by 3 is 2. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Okie dokie. Number 57 now. Number 57. 11 over 6 plus 7 over 6 equals, we have a common denominator, so we're just adding the top. 11 plus 7 equals 18. 18 over 6. Wait a minute. Can you divide this by 6 and divide this by 6? I think so. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 6 divided by 6 is 1. That's a 3. That's a big fat 3. Anything divided by 1 is that number. Okie dokie. So number 57. Number 58 now. Oh no, that's it. That's the end. So up to number 58. We're going to start over next video.